It only took me 3 years to sit down and watch this film, but here we are. I remembered very little about Parasite. I never really watched the trailer, and I knew a little bit about the synopsis. I also had no idea structurally how this movie was going to play out from beginning to end. Also, admittedly, I know this is probably a crime, and I do need to further educate myself, but this is only the second... Yeah, this is the second Bong Joon-Ho film that I've seen. I also saw Snowpiercer with Chris Evans, which is phenomenal. What's most apparent in this film, and I think what's dissected most obviously, is how they examine class structure in Korea. And I feel like the way they do that is done in a way that kind of transcends language barriers. So even if you aren't really too prone to foreign films, or it's harder for you to follow with the subtitles or whatever, this does a good job of breaking down those barriers, and it's kind of more transparent for everybody. Another aspect of this film that lends itself to that is the storytelling. The storytelling in this movie is near the best I've ever seen. It's executed perfectly, and I feel like you're able to sympathize and identify with these characters a lot more because of it. You run through a range of emotions in this film, from beginning to end, but leading up to that climax in the third act. The performances across the board are incredible. They were able to captivate me a lot more than I was expecting, partially thanks to what I had mentioned before. There is a bit of a divide. If you're watching a foreign film, you're not able to really hook onto these characters like that, but it was done effortlessly here. The way they sprinkle dark comedy into this movie is done sadistically well. I questioned at some points of the movie if I should be laughing. I know it was the intent, but it almost felt wrong to laugh given the circumstances in some of these scenes. And then in the same instance, it will transition immediately into a very emotional, very heartfelt conversation between two of these characters. And the third act, or I should say not the entire third act, but the last half hour of this movie maybe, this is typically where you would see Hollywood directors play it very safe. And I wouldn't say create a more reserved ending, but definitely a bit more dialed back in terms of what's shown here. There is just a display of violence that you could feel was building over the course of the film. And it was just such a cathartic release to see it play out on screen because you were feeling these same emotions. But you have no idea what's going to happen. Given the characters involved in this scene, it could go either way. But no matter which way you predict, you're going to be wrong, because it was just one turn after the other. And then they do something that I wasn't expecting. I thought that the violence was going to end the film. It then transitions out of that and actually brings the film full circle in a very, very wholesome way. It was so fulfilling, and it made the last 2 hours of what you experienced very much worth it, because what this family in the film began with, what they went through, and then how things end. Again, not to reiterate, it's just beautiful filmmaking and storytelling, and I cannot commend Bong Joon-Ho enough. I will say that I think his next film is starring Robert Pattinson, which, now that I'm getting more invested in the director, already invested in the actor, that is a fucking match made in heaven for me now. So, counting down the days till that. I think this film rightfully deserves its 99% on Rotten Tomatoes, which is ridiculously good. I think this film definitely deserved Best Picture, not just Best Foreign Film. And don't think that I forgot, along with most of you out there, that rant that was done by Robert Storm, or whatever the fuck his name is. Do you remember that loser? How fucking upset and pissy he got because this film won Best Picture.
But no, forget all these fucking social problems that Joker touched upon. Let's have a better woke agenda, and let's go full fucking woke, and let's give Parasite, the first fucking thing they said, Parasite, the first foreign language movie to ever win Best Picture. Well, pat yourself on the fucking back, Academy.
If we watched the same movie, what were you so angry about, apart from just being blatantly racist? I don't mean to bring that piece of shit up again, but after the credits started rolling, he was all that popped in my head. Because he's clearly got a fucking screw loose. And I'm a very small channel on YouTube, and I know he's got a much bigger following than I do. But I hope that this video finds him, and I hope that he listens to what I'm saying about him, because I mean every word, and I will repeat it to him again. Thank you guys for checking out my review of this wonderful, wonderful movie that rightfully deserved Best Picture. And come on back for more reviews. I'll have some posted soon. Peace.